Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses.
Here. Mr. Persing.
Here.
Mrs. Smugin.
Yes.
Mr. Sisneski.
Okay, Dave, you want to give report before you have to head?
Okay, as most of you are aware, the school undertook a major HVAC project, designed and developed over 2 years ago, and over $10 million worth of equipment. Unfortunately, it's not complete on time, and it's due to a couple factors that's totally out of our control. A lot of good news. I mean, we have a lot of good news that it should not and will not delay the start of school. We certainly will have airflow. We're under all the requirements. We're bringing in 20% outside air. Okay, we're going to flush both buildings, nighttime, morning hours, when the temperatures are cool, 50, 60 degrees. We're going to flush all the buildings with cool air. So when the kids do come in, it's going to be comfortable, and we'll continue to use 20% outside air, which is required by law for Pennsylvania schools. No matter what the temperature is, if it's 0 degrees or 90 degrees, we're bringing in outside air. So we will have air circulation. All the air handling units are in operation in all classrooms. The only area that will not be circulating, and there is a slight possibility that it is the gymnasium, where we're having a couple of issues with control valves. That's we cannot even do it manually. But hopefully by the start of school, we'll be ready for the gymnasium. But all other areas will be circulating.
In the elementary, Dave, is that the elementary gymnasium, right?
Not the high school.
The high school, okay.
High school. Okay. We're going to do the best we can to keep the comfort zone. Everybody's worried about comfort zone. I'm more worried about humidity. We will be able to control that humidity and try and keep that between 30 and 60%. And we will be operating the dampers manually with our maintenance staff 24/7. And we're going to do the best we can. Hopefully we get a little help from the weather, that we don't experience another major heat wave. If we do, we'll have to make decisions at that time. But there will be no air conditioning at all in the elementary. The reason being, the chiller did not arrive, and it was ordered a year and a half ago. Nobody to blame. We have excellent contractors here. We have excellent installers. I mean, we can only blame China that they didn't send everything to build the chiller. To make a long story short, they're building the chiller according to the specifications, and it's typical. We did not receive, Train did not receive all the parts to complete it. Okay, so they certainly, if it's not complete, they can't ship it. They do not even have a date that they could confirm when it will be shipped. So I'm going to predict that we will have no air conditioning at all in the elementary school for the entire spring opening of school. Going into next year, of course, we will, at the end of the school year. That's not sugarcoating anything. That's the way it is. We really can't hold anybody, no matter how much extra money we want to spend, whatever we want to do, the chiller's just not there. And at the time we ordered it, they gave us dates that it would be shipped, and everything, we made out the schedule accordingly, and it just didn't happen. So we have control valves, we have pumps, and we have chillers that just did not show up. Or actually, some of the equipment that we took out that we didn't salvage, I kept just in case, and it's a good thing we did, because we're actually reinstalling some of the pumps to circulate our chilled water system. So we have chilled water where we can, just as the high school will have air conditioning partially. are circulating air, there'll be no stagnant air, there'll be as good as it can. There's really no maximum temperature for school that you could dismiss school for high temperatures. We don't have a complete system, it's just a judgment, from superintendent and board members to decide whether to dismiss earlier or continue on. There's no regulation for high temperatures. There is for cold temperatures, but not high temperatures. Okay, so that's something we're just gonna have to hopefully roll with the punches. There will be no air conditioning in the elementary, but there will be probably 50% classrooms in high school. Stadium, all the lighting's complete. We, all the foot candles, light lumens, everything's been measured and adjusted, so that project is complete, besides those punch list items. Other than that, the pool unit's gonna be a little bit, it's pushed back a little bit, we're doing some work in there, and the pool pack is ready to go, but we don't have that 100%. But we did, I'll repeat myself, the contractors we have, their quality, the work they do is above and beyond, and they're doing everything they can to make everything work. So whatever that's not completed is beyond our control. So with all that being said, it will not delay the start of school. We'll be ready for school, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions, probably some complaints, but it's absolutely no way to blame. So if you have any questions on anything, I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
Do any board members have any questions for Dave?
The whole high school, Dave, or like he said, high school has air conditioning, does he mean just the high school part, or do you mean the
It's
middle school too?
it's gonna be what is controlled. There's two chillers that operate the high school. We just installed a new chiller. We did have an existing chiller. So the existing chiller, what had air conditioning last year, will have air conditioning this year.
Okay, so the high
Mostly-
school side mostly, that
Mostly
part's air,
C
middle
section,
school.
which is the middle section, for all floors, right at the same section.
If I may, who authorized, when was the second HVAC system removed? Or was there never?
Well, it's under construction.
This isn't, Dave, it's not question and answer. There'll be public comment section, okay?
Answer that?
When it's his turn, sure, okay. The only thing I want to add is, I know some people have been mentioning about going virtual to start the school year, and I don't think people realize this year you're not allowed to do virtual unless it's for COVID. I know in the past couple of years, schools were permitted to do virtual for lots of reasons, not necessarily COVID, but this year you can only do virtual for COVID. We do get 5, they're called FID days, flexible instructional days, 5 of those that you can use for any reason. Typically, schools reserve those for the use during inclement weather over the winter, so we would only have 5. So it's not, I know some people thought, well, just don't push back school, but let's start off virtually for 2, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, but that's not possible. So just wanted to clear that up for people that wouldn't necessarily know that.
Well, and I just want to let you know that we definitely are motivated and committed to successfully complete this project. But there's just some things out of our control that it didn't happen, like we planned, but we certainly are committed to complete this. And it's probably roll into probably November, December.
Okay.
Okay?
You can just hang around for a couple minutes yet, Dave. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna move into citizens' comments. So anybody that has a question or comment, we can come up and you just need to state your name, please.
I'll go first. My name is Trudy Gertz. So I have two things, since Chris answered some of my questions and they clarified middle school, high school. So one being high school, I'm a high school student. The lax dress code now we're asking parents to go out and purchase long shorts for their girls again. It's 2 weeks. We could make some concessions to show that we're trying to accommodate everybody. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta give them a little rope to hang themselves. Second, elementary class, school is where I'm concerned about the heat. What other options do parents have now that they know that virtual is off the table? If they think their kids are too hot in the building. I know my granddaughter right now is having a teacher night, and it's 90 degrees in that room. So, and that's not all the students, that's not throughout the day, this is like for an hour over there. So, we need to like address what options parents have if they don't want to send their elementary kids to school because virtual is not an option. That's all.
Okay. Trudy, I'll get back to you. Let me just write those down. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mr. Getchy? Oh, I'm sorry. Did somebody else have their hand raised? Good.
He wants to speak, he's nervous.
Well, here's somebody who's not nervous to speak.
Let me speak too.
Name, please.
Robert C. Getchy, with a capital G for goodness, 1818 Park Avenue, Goat Township. And I served on this board for 20 years. And I expect the people that elected you people, you'll do the right thing with this, because I'm very upset after what I just heard Dave said. Now I'm really upset. I came here asking is why the Shamokin got to start so early school. I've been fighting that since I was on the board. We're getting earlier and earlier every year. All these other schools are going back later. We're going back earlier.
Line Mountain started yesterday.
I don't care what Line Mountain does.
Well,
we
I'm just
don't care about Line Mountain. That's like when we make delays. I don't go to Line Mountain. I don't pay taxes in Line Mountain. I pay taxes in Shamokin if I pay them. But I'll tell you what I'm upset with. These students have it rough in our town. You know a lot of these kids work. They work at parks. They work lifeguard at the pool over at Roxy. They work over there. They work all over the place. And now we're taking a little livelihood off them for 2 weeks. You just can't wait till Labor Day to go back. So if they have to go till June 10th, nothing's ready to open June 10th. The pools don't open till June 10th. Let them go a little later, but let them make the money now. And let them enjoy their summers. Summers come, you know this is the best summer we ever had, but they usually don't last like this. They don't get hot like this. This is the hottest summer on record, I think. So then, next week we're going to start, and it's supposed to be 85 to 90 degrees again. Okay, now they got to be in the elementary school and be in the high school. Then they got to drive on a bus that's not air conditioning for an hour. The elementary has no windows. High school, no windows to open. We went to school, and I know what they're going to say. We did it. We had windows that open. Now, put yourself in these parents. You want to send your kid that might have asthma problems and all with no air conditioning? I can't believe you would even do this. I hope you rethink this whole idea, because I think it's crazy to send these kids. I was upset with them going back to school. I talked to a lot of people, and these kids, like I said, are making money and all. Why take it away from them? Some of them are very poor kids, and they want to get out in the workforce, and they're working, and you guys are stopping them from making 2 extra weeks' money. They're 14 and older. Let them work and make 2 weeks' pay. They need it. Come on, you guys know you're all sitting in pretty good shape here. But think of the people that's out there that don't make that much. Maybe they're on welfare. Maybe they're only working part-time. Their kids need the money. A lot of these older kids, they're going to go to college. They could be making 2 weeks more money. I've been asking where they're working. They're working at McDonald's on all day shift. They won't be able to do this no more. Then they say, well, go after school work. Well, sure, that's fine, but you got homework to do and all. Just be considerate. Let them go a little later in June. There's nothing for them to do. There's no jobs right away. The parks don't open. The state parks don't open. Shamokin Pool don't open, Canobles Pool don't open till the 10th. The park don't open full-time till about the 10th or 15th. Let the kids earn their money. I'm telling you, it's tough today. I know, like I said, you guys were elected by the people. Do the right thing for these kids. You can't have them kids go with no air conditioning over there. I can't believe you didn't even think of that. Maybe the high school, the older kids you want. Don't send the kids to elementary school without air conditioning. Please think about it if it was your own kid. Come on, we all went to school till after Labor Day, and it didn't hurt us. It hurt me because I stayed longer. But other than that, think about the kids. Think about these poor little kids that you think shorts is going to make a difference. Come on. I mean, just think about that. That's all I got to say. I don't want to argue with no, but think before you act on this. I mean,
Thanks, Mr. Getchie. Thank you.
I have one more word to say. Why did you pick Southern area up again after I fought to get them off the... You realize how good they're going to be again? We play them the second game of the year. They have 70 kids out. How many we have out, Coach?
About 39.
39. We get kids hurt. There goes our season. You see the schedule we play? Do you guys think of this? Any of us really care about sports? I do. And we
All
got
right, thank you, Mr. Getchie.
4 tough games.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't push me around, Ben. And I
just
got
said
to
thank
tell you
you.
one more thing. Dave Petrovi does a good job around this school. I watch what's going on, and I hear that a lot of people are picking on him in this school board. And if you do, I'll be here again because I watch what's going on here. I live here. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Getchie.
Okay, Joe.
Who's next? Do we have any more comments? Any, come on up. Just say your name, please.
Yep, wait, for somebody.
No, go ahead. He's done.
Hi. I see you guys, a lot of you guys every day where I
Your name.
work.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Crean. Do I need to say my last
Your
name?
last name, yes.
Britton, yeah.
Okay.
I see a lot of you guys every day where I work. People know where I work. I work with the public every day. My concern is the elementary school. I have a kid in the high school, a kid in the elementary school. I have a 5-year-old that can go into a seizure and be hospitalized if she gets a fever from being too hot. You guys want my kid in that school when it's 90 degrees. Have you guys ever seen your kid in a hospital bed? Because I have seen it 3 times over the last 2 years. And it's not fun. It's not fun spending days at the children's hospital. Starting 2 weeks early, later, would not hurt these kids. My son went to school in the middle of June when the teachers decided to strike. In no way is this the teachers' fault at all. I don't blame the teachers. The teachers should not have to buy fans and portable AC conditioners with everything else they need to buy for the school year. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Tammy Rhodes. I just want to build off of what she just said about the needing to buy things. I've been seeing online that teachers have wish lists for their classrooms. And I think that's a little bit ridiculous considering we're hiring weight room staff at $10,000 a year. That's my comment on that. My comment, Mr. Bowers, thank you for reviewing the citizens' comments rules. And I really do hope that you reviewed them with your board because I was not gently brought back onto subject the last time I spoke, nor was I reminded of a time allotment. I was belittled and I was shut down. And my First Amendment rights were infringed upon because of it. So thank you for reviewing that.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
I have a question for Dave, but I don't, do you care if I ask that now?
Go ahead.
Sure.
So Larry Quincy from the news item. Mr. Petrovich, you said that the buildings will be flush. Were they flushed today?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask if temperatures have been monitored since they've been flushed. Okay, thank you, that answers that.
Thanks, Larry.
Anyone else here have a question or comment?
Just make sure there's no questions. I got no questions on email or text.
Work session.
Okay, Mr. Hynoski's here this evening to give report. Turn it over to you, Mr. Hynoski.
Good evening, everyone. Fall sports are underway. Best of luck to all the student athletes this year in their fall sports competitions. I am happy to report that we achieved our highest AP scores yet to date, which is a wonderful thing for our district. Everything is set for back to school. We're excited to welcome back our students and staff for what we anticipate to be a fantastic 2022-2023 school year. Just a couple of reminders here. Back to school night is this Thursday, the 18th. For 7th grade students, it starts at 5:30, and for the parents, in the auditorium. At 6:15, it will be grades 8 through 12 meeting in the gymnasium. Reminder to all parents and students to review the student agenda, updated dress code policies, and to electronically submit the back-to-school agenda paperwork, which is for grades 9 through 12, as soon as possible. All of this information is clearly marked and labeled on the middle high school website. Grades 7 through 8 will be given their agenda paperwork in homeroom on the first day of school. Please return those as soon as possible, preferably the next day. Just want to say, let's have a fantastic school year with positive energy radiating throughout the school on a daily basis. Parents, please don't hesitate to reach out to the middle high school office with any questions or concerns for the upcoming school year. That's all I have. We're ready to go.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Hynoski. Mr. Kiefer, Mr. Carnuccio are over at open house at the elementary school. Today, our teachers started. It was the first day of their 3 in-service days this week. They had some trainings today with our new student information system, which is called Synergy. And tomorrow, we have our opening convocation in the auditorium, beginning, I believe, at 8:30. That's where we welcome everybody. And then building principals will have faculty meetings tomorrow afternoon. Thursday, teachers will be working on in the classrooms, getting things, finalized and just making some last-minute preparations, and then we'll be ready to start. It was nice to see a lot of activity this week. Besides construction workers, we had all the different athletes here between football and volleyball and soccer, and teachers in the parking lots, and of course, Dunkin' Donuts had a lot of traffic this morning because the teachers are back. Usually see a lot of traffic there, so it's nice to see some activity. And you hear the band out there playing, so it's kind of exciting. So best of luck to all of our students, and good luck to all of our teachers as they start, and also our parents. So we appreciate all that you do for the students here. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, so we're gonna move into old business. I need a motion to approve item 401.
So moved.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve item 402.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve item 403.
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smougin,
Yes.
Mr. Sosnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Hovenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Kashner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
Move on to new business. Need a motion to approve item 501.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call. Or, I'm sorry, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve item 502.
So motion. Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smougin,
Yes.
Mr. Sosnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Hovenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Kashner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing.
Yes.
Need a motion to approve item 503.
Motion. Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mrs. Smougin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey.
Yes.
Motion to approve item 504.
Motion.
Second.
On the question? Roll call.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin.
Yes.
Need a motion to approve item 505.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? Roll call.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski.
Okay, I hate this one. I need a motion to approve or disapprove and waive item 506.
Make a motion to approve.
And waive?
Student codes.
On the question? Oh, wait, we need a second, I'm sorry.
Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
I need a motion to approve item 507.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths.
Yes.
I need a motion to approve item 508.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein.
Yes. I need a motion to approve item 509.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve item 510.
Motion.
On the question, roll call.
Mrs. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
Yes.
Mr. Sisnowski,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner.
Yes.
Okay, so on 511, it should, it should read, I move to approve the new contract of Superintendent Chris Venna for a period of 5 years, commencing on July 1st, 2023, expiring on June 30th, and end there. The rest of the language can be crossed out. So I need a motion to...
Motion. Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Persing,
Yes.
Mr. Shuey,
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogin,
No.
Mr. Sisnowski,
No, just because I think it should be 3 years instead of 5.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths,
Yes.
Mrs. Havenstein,
Yes.
Mr. Keshner,
Yes.
Mrs. Miller.
No.
Need a motion to approve items in personnel 601 through 631.
Second. Second.
Wait, was there something to add to that?
Yeah, you know what?
Posting?
The swimming
Yes.
coach. Did we not, were we gonna advertise swimming and, did we need to advertise junior high wrestling?
Yep. Yeah, might as well
Can we
put on
just-
there.
Yeah,
Junior high
Okay,
wrestling.
junior high
Wrestling.
head coach. Wrestling.
Junior high wrestling head coach and head swimming coach.
yeah, I'm sorry, we forgot. Well,
That's all right.
thank you, Jeff.
So any new
Yeah, so, we need a new motion for 6:01 to 6:31 as amended to add, postings for junior high wrestling and head swimming coach. Need a motion.
Motion.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Shuey?
Yes.
Mrs. Smoogen?
No on 6:30.
Mr. Sisnowski?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths?
Yes, except 6:03.
6:03. And that's a no?
No for 6:03. But yes for everything else.
Right. Okay. Mrs. Hovenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Kashner?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes on everything except for 6.30.
Mr. Persing?
Yes, on everything.
Board member reports.
I have two things. The car zones that we voted on, those properties, is taxes being paid on those now as they sit?
I would think not, but
Okay, what I'd like to do is, this guy who came and presented it to us, I voted no on it. Maybe we should go back and revisit it. He was also supposed to come and let us know what projects, because he said there was projects that were going on. And,
remember who that was, Ed?
I don't know, some guy from.
Ed Manning.
Ed Manning.
Ed Manning.
was here.
Ed Manning.
It wasn't Ed Manning.
That was it, okay, he was here, but this was
This
something
was his
else.
car zones. Okay, Ed Manning.
It was for
that's a
something
good
else
thing.
with the business development,
But
but this
these
was,
car zones where you don't pay the taxes
Yes,
for 10 years.
yep,
Yep.
Okay, no, if
Yes,
you're not
I
paying
remember
taxes
this.
on these properties, I think we should go back and revoke that if they aren't paying taxes, they should be paying taxes. Because as long as they're sitting there and nobody's paying taxes on it, that could go on forever. I mean, this guy that was here, I forget who he was, I think he was from the state, gave us a song and dance that there was something in the works, and that was a year and a half ago, he was supposed to get back to us, and haven't heard anything. I mean, my outlook on that is still the same. I think you should pay taxes for 10 years. After you do that, then you get 10 years free, then you get 20 years out of business. This going tax-free for 10 years, and then after 10 years, they pack up and close. The other thing is, and Mr. Getchie knows I didn't agree with him on the last time, I feel like we can beat anybody, including Southern, and any other team we play. My philosophy was, Schmoger don't back down from anybody. I don't think it sends a good signal to the kids standing there and say you're gonna get hurt. No, we can compete with anybody, in any sport. That's all I got.
Thank you.
And so, I know we voted on it to look at it, but, you know, the number of students that scored 3 or higher in AP exams was phenomenal this year. The teachers did a great job really working with them. It's been tough for them, so for them to get over everything and achieve it, it's been great. The school looks, with all construction, like school's ready to go, so cleaning staff has just nailed it. Can see a lot of hard work being done. You know, just walking around the school, I'm surprised that you can't really tell there's construction going on. And the last one is Samantha Stankiewicz, you know, making it to, state, modern band. That's just phenomenal. That's a really nice look for our district that we can produce. We have students like that, but we can produce and help them grow the way they have. So I commend her on that.
just to piggyback off that, I think she's one of 15 students in the nation
Yeah.
invited.
I'm sorry, was she invited to?
Garage Band National Festival in Washington DC.
Yes.
And also to piggyback on the AP scores, I think it was 5 teachers' average score was over a 3. And 3's passing on the AP. And that's by far the best we've had in my memory.
Anybody else? else have anything?
Yes, I'd also like to extend my compliments to those students who achieved 3 or higher on the AP exam. And I think it's a tribute to the dedication of our students and of our teachers as well.
All the students on the AP?
On this motion right here.
Where's it at?
Five point zero one, should be on the papers up there, right?
Yeah,
It's on the agenda.
No,
Yep.
I'm saying for
She
people
said
that aren't
people-
at home without the paper, can we just mention the kids, because that's pretty cool.
It is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll read them. Sky Balonis, Brandon Bellis, Ben Cahoon, Cassandra Drumheiser, Jacob Erdman, Kayla Harvey, Lauren Helt, Craig Kerstetter, Selena Lynn, Nathan Long, Jaden McKean, Marcus Moyer, Evelyn Murphy, Abigail Knoll, Lauren Knoll, Agam Patel, Riley Pencil, Noah Phillips, Lane Reese, Madison Rodman, Brendan Rogers, Molly Rosnock, Hannah Schaefer, Dallas Chicatano, Carter Smink, and Cynthia Zing. All scored 3 or higher on their AP exam. So congratulations to those students, and I don't think I messed up the pronunciation on any of them, so that was a good thing.
Jeff, anyone else have? I did just want to say, we did hire a lot of new teachers this year, so I wanted to welcome all of the new teachers we hired. We were fortunate to be able to hire, I think, several Shamogan alumni, so I think that's always nice when we're able to get some of them back to teacher. I know they're very excited to be here as some elementary teachers, as well as, just welcome back all of the teachers that we do have coming back. We do have some positions we're still looking for, so, we're continually looking to hire some teachers out there. So, anybody that knows anyone looking for some teaching positions, we are continually hiring. And I do want to thank some of the parents. We've had a lot of comments, a lot of positive comments about the projects that we do have going on. I understand it's not always going to be the best situations that we have. However, Dave has done a fantastic job with what he's done, with what he's had, right? I know, unfortunately, the times that we've been living in, you can't buy a new car sometimes, right? I think it's been taking 12 months sometimes to order cars, right? I know people that are waiting 18 months to get vehicles. So we're waiting, Dave, 2 years almost to get this part for the elementary. And I wish we had it ready, right, that we could do everything, but our contractors, yep. Our contractors have been fantastic. Dave's been working through it. The staff has been very supportive. So we are, going to do everything that we can to work with everyone and make it as comfortable as we can. And again, just thank you to all of the teachers that are coming back, and we will do everything we can to make it a great school year. So that's all I had. Anyone else?
Anybody in the public who has college degree interested in being a substitute teacher, we have a guest teacher program, and you can become a substitute teacher, and we, like most and all schools, are in need of subs. So anybody interested, please reach out to me or Mrs. Kamara.
Closed meeting, we had an executive session Tuesday, August 9th from 6 p.m. to 8:12 p.m. and Tuesday, August 16th from 5:30 to 7:32 p.m. prior to the regular monthly board meeting. Citizens' comments, if items have been added, there are none. I need a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Meeting adjourned.